Commissioners, given the statistics that we have provided and detailed account of the political killings task team operations, from us, when we use all these yardsticks, it's evident that the team indeed has achieved remarkably so, and especially in dealing with contract killings of any nature, the consistent reduction, the high number of suspects arrested and charged as well as convicted are a proof that this approach is indeed working, and therefore any consideration to disband the PKTT cannot be reasonably be attributed to the issues of poor performance or lack of impact, because the evidence presented strongly supports that the team and the approach utilized is successful. Thank you. Commissioners, in short, under the cartel structure, subparagraph 1 is summing up the status level and the standard of organized crime cartels in our country. As we are all aware that organized crime is a growing and significant threat to the national security of the country and also the prosperity of our economic prosperity as a country. So the crime syndicates, which are below the level of cartels, are increasing their network that then will be based at local level up to the international stage. Amongst these cartels, which are made up of different syndicates, there is one identified in the country known as Big Five, which have since been identified as being very sophisticated, and it has got widespread influence, and it's involved in a broad spectrum of their illicit activities. The structure and the leadership of the particular cartel that will dominate my current testimony is believed to be having its head office in Gauteng for obvious reasons. Gauteng is the economic powerhouse of the country, and then with syndicates and groupings, or the capability of the same cartel to operate throughout the country. That is the currently identified structure and leadership of the cartel. The currently identified cartel, known as Big Five, is having a structure as reflected, with the main commodity being drugs, and then there are other illicit activities that I will touch.
Sorry to interrupt you, but just for the sake of clarity, although the schematic has those skulls depicting 3 of the players, it's not your intention to say they're deceased, right? I mean, they are still alive and thriving. Just to clarify for the commissioners.
Thank you, commissioners. This is an ongoing project investigation from the identification of the Big Five, the progress made. Those that are mentioned, reflected there in their boxes or positions, they've already been addressed, being a Mr. Katiso Mulifi, as well as a Mr. Muzi Matlala, and then the other 3 are still being addressed.
So the reason for the skulls is because you can't name those individuals at this point.
That is correct, Commissioners.
Well, not in public.
That is correct, Commissioners.
Thank you. You may continue.
A high-level exposition of a cartel will then start, will continue from paragraph 58 with the characteristic that the cartel will always have a leader who will be leading the organization, of course, with a very firm grip, supported by the core leadership that are also heading their various departments, and also having specific specialization fields in terms of sustaining the operations of the cartel. The syndicate, which are operational units of the cartel, they consist typically of between 10 and 12 members that are recruited based on their more especially their experience in terms of dealing with one of the commodities that the cartel is specializing on. Moving on to the political and social connections. The Big Five has already penetrated the political sphere, and there are documented cases of high-profile connections in the political arena, senior politicians alleged to be complicit and/or willfully blind to the syndicate operations. On
General, you say it's one of their hallmark features that they have penetrated the political sphere. Is this unique to the Big Five, this penetration into the political spheres?
It is a normal characteristic of a cartel, but then this cartel being under investigation, there are already documented cases that are talking to that.
Thank you. Then in paragraph 61, you deal with the criminal activities. You've already given us a sense of this from your description of commodities. So if you could just summarize paragraph 61.
Thank you, Commissioners. The list under paragraph 61 from point 1 up to point 5, they talk to the areas of specialization for this cartel that I've touched on. The only maybe ones that I can still refer to, it's the fraud and financial crimes, with specific reference there to money laundering, because as we move on, we will see that it's either prior to you being at a particular level of the cartel, you must have some sort of a business person stature, so as then the financial crimes, including money laundering, can then be possible as part of the process of the syndicate. The cash in transit or ATM bombings, the syndicates attached to the cartel, this criminal activity is used as a a quick cash flow exercise for the cartel in case then there are hiccups with the main criminal activity that the cartel is specializing on. Without maybe getting into finer details, commissioners, I will then reflect on those 5 membership characteristics in terms of this cartel. With your permission, commissioners, to start with, so as I can flow, to start with the entry requirement and progression, which is number 2. The individual who meet the criteria, reflecting the experience and loyalty, as well as the utility within the organization. That is considered a lot within the cartel for anyone to be part of the entry-level members. The target there, it's mainly current officials within the criminal justice systems that will be recruited at entry level, because they are coming with the most critical skill within the cartel, which will be the connection between the cartel and the criminal justice system. And then the next one talks to the growth within, which is paragraph 64. The next step of growing is to register a particular company. In most cases, it's private security companies that are the initial businesses for the members of the cartel that have just joined. There are lots of reasons for that, including then access to firearms the correct way or the lawful way. The international reach and dual citizenship is one of the characteristics that are considered if you look at the common commodity or the main criminal activity of the cartel talks to drug trafficking. Then the syndicate members have to have ability to move within the borders of the different countries in order to be of service to the cartel. The value proposition and organizational influence. This characteristic is talking to the headhunting part of the recruitment, because it will depend as to what skills, what capabilities that the cartel is looking for, and then the value that will be brought in by whoever is headhunted or recruited into the syndicate to serve the whole cartel. Charts that I'll be taking the commission through. Number 1 is communication between Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and Mr. Brown Mukhodzi, who is a businessman linked to several SAPS officials, and he appears to have been involved in funding activities for the Minister of Police within the ANC. A printout of WhatsApp chats between Matlala and Brown Mukhodzi is attached as WB1 in the WhatsApp bundle.
The second?
The second one will be the communication between Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and Major General Sinona, who is the head of DPCI in KwaZulu-Natal. A printout of the WhatsApp chats between Mr. Matlala and Major General Sinona is attached as Annexure WB2.
And the third? Oh, sorry, there's two related to...
Yeah, under the same number 2 is also a printout of WhatsApp chats between Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and Eitato Sinona, who is the son of Major General Sinona. That is attached as WB3.
And the third set of communications?
The third set is the communication between Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and the acting chief of police in Eguruleni Metropolitan Police, Mr. Julius Mkwanazi. A printout of the WhatsApp chats between Mr. Matlala and Mr. Mkwanazi is attached as Annexure WB4.
Just a second,
Sorry,
General.
General. May I just, I don't want to just repeat it. Perhaps Ms. Hassim will have to first confirm, but I want to see whether there's a need for me to repeat something that I said right at the beginning when General Mkwanazi was testifying. At that stage, we as the commissioners knew for a fact that implicated people had not been given notice. And I announced that that did not mean that the implicated persons were going to be prejudiced in any way, because implicated person notices would be issued hour afterwards, and that.
The fourth is Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and Mr. Calvin Rafadi, who is an academic commentator linked to several high-ranking SAPS officials, and the printout of those WhatsApp chats are attached as Annexure WB6.
And the fifth?
The fifth one is the communication set between Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and Mr. Suleiman Karim, who is a business person linked to several high-ranking SAPS officials. The printout of those WhatsApp chats between Mr. Matlala and Mr. Karim is attached as WB7.